Zero exponent rule. Remember that rule. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So the only thing here in number 1 that I'm raising to the 0 power is the m. Technically, I'm going to rewrite this for you so that you don't get confused about this one. Technically, that's what you have. That negative is on that understood coefficient of 1. So this becomes 1. I want to show you like everything. Every step I'm doing, I'm going to show you. Which is going to give me negative 1 times 1, which is negative 1. And negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, m squared. Now that is not the only way to do this one. And that's what I said in the previous lesson that I did. You're going to see different things. The other thing that I could have done here is multiplied the negative 1 and the 3 and got a negative 3. And when you multiply like bases, you add the exponents, and 2 plus 0 is just 2. Notice I got the same answer doing two different things. This zero property really is more useful when you do your raising a power to a power rule. That's where it really helps you more. It's not so much, it's not so beneficial in simple problems like these, but I just wanted you to see it here anyway. Okay, so I'm going to use my zero property here instead of doing the adding part, because I just want you to see what's going on. So I've got negative 3 yx to the 4th times 3, and that x to the 0 is 1. So that gives me negative 3 times 3, which is negative 9 times 1. And there's my answer. For number 3, I've got negative 3x squared y to the 0, so that's, put the negative out front. I've got 3x squared times 1, and that's y squared. Well, 3 times 1 is 3. I cannot simplify anything with the x and the y, so it's 3x squared negative, sorry, I've got it there, I didn't say it, negative 3x squared over y squared, because that y to the 0 becomes 1, and all of this is multiplication. On number 4, I've got 3vu to the 3rd over negative 3u to the 4th, and that v to the 0 becomes 1. So I've got negative 3 over negative 3, which is negative 1. And if I multiply by 1, that doesn't change the value of anything. So I've got negative. I'm going to do this if it makes you feel better. That'll simplify down to 1 over 1. Or just 1. I hate bogging down in this technical stuff. So I've got v and u cubed over u to the 4th. The 3 is going to come down here, and I'm going to have just a u on the bottom, times that 1. So I just have this. Number 5, 2x to the 0, so that's 2 times 1. Y to the 4th times 2y cubed. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. When you multiply like bases, you add the exponents, and 4 plus 3 gives me 7. And for number 6, I've got a 3x cubed over 3 times 1 times 3x. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. I'm taking baby steps here. So 3 over 9, you can do that in your head, you can do it in the calculator, you can't put the x's in there, but 3 over 9 is 1/3. And x cubed over x, remember when you divide, you subtract the exponents, and so that gives me an x on the top, and so my final answer is just x over 3.